Quite nice, but it is very late today. So I am today on the Polish radio, Polish Voice FM with Joana Carvalhas. I believe I'm pronouncing well. Is it?
Yeah, Joana Carvalhas.
How
Yeah.
old how old are you? Do you need permission of your mommy to
No,
speak on the
no,
public?
no,
Oh,
I'm already old enough, very older than I look.
so
Yeah.
you're over 18 now, right?
Yes. I'm
Yeah.
almost 10 years more than 18.
A young body. Okay, so it's not nice to ask the women about the age. So I don't do this. But you
But
look.
you need to be sure that I'm not
Yeah, so I must ask that because when I seen your pictures on your portfolio, press kit, so I seen that you started very young. So you're a musician, you're a violinist. So could you tell me more about your experience? How did you start it? Because it looks like you started very young, and you are still young. So what's the? There's a lot of questions from my side. So let's start from first. Introduce yourself. Where are you living now?
So I'm currently based in Porto, in Portugal, and I
Are,
started,
are you
yeah,
Portuguese?
yes.
Yes. Okay, but you have been in the UK.
Ukraine?
UK, United Kingdom.
UK, yes, yes. I studied there, my master's. And I traveled there, I played there, I have a band there. So yeah, I started when I was 6 years old. My
Wow.
mom, yeah, my mom asked me like, "Oh, you are going to music school. What instrument would you like to play?" And I said violin. So since then, I started to play, and yeah, I thought I would be a doctor and a painter because it's what I wanted to be. But then I don't know exactly why. When I was around 13 years old, I decided that I wanted to be a musician. I don't know why, but I just felt music was like making me feel really happy, and that's what makes sense for me. So I told my mom, I'm going to be a musician. And she was like, what? What about doctor? No, I don't want to be a doctor anymore. Oh, I wanted to be a surgeon doctor. So to do operations and stuff. But then I was like, no. Um, so yeah, I decided to be a musician and I went to a high school specifically for musicians here in Portugal, in Espinho. And then I went to university, also violin performance in I did a bachelor in Portugal in Aveiro, and then I did my master's in Scotland. So I lived in the UK,
Yeah, that's
but
my-
then
that's my that's my point. Because why? Because we are very important for us because we are Polish English radio station based on the UK, but we are not concentrated only on the UK. We're voice of Polish people, so we're looking for talents and especially on relationships to the UK, United Kingdom, and especially for some pools. So that's please keep going.
yeah, so I was studying there, but then yeah, COVID happened, so
Mm.
I finally did that, and I finally graduated, and then I decided to move out. However, I had the pleasure to meet really nice people there, and I started my first band. My first band is from Leeds. We are we are the Stellar Anderson Project, and we recorded already 2 albums. And yeah, we are based. And we are not based in Leeds, but the band is English. I'm the only one Portuguese. The girl is actually Scottish,
Mhm.
then me Portuguese, and the other three guys are English.
That's pretty cool. So that's our experience, and maybe we had a chance to see what we are doing with the musicians. So we try to find some international bands, included some Polish part of the Polish leaders or maybe Polish musicians inside together, and we try to help them and explain, expand them, maybe find some relationship and promote the good culture of cooperation, ideas for cooperation. So I am very impressed. First, you are very young about when you started, and that's really great. You have find the good people and especially musician people on the UK when you have studied your MBA. So MBA is maybe not music, so it's MBA is economic, right? Economy, right?
Sorry, what?
You said you have studying on the UK. What was that? Is it?
Yeah, I did violin performance
It
and
was violin performance. All right.
yeah.
So you have chosen your path on the musician future, and you decided to go to the Scotland to study your violin performance. Wow, that's amazing. So that's the way you have chosen. So really, I appreciate that. So after you have found the band in the leads, and what's happened next? You're still very, very young, and you're on the way. You're powerful. So what's happened
Then
next? You are
I
are you traveling from country to country now?
not so after that, I went to Berlin in Germany to
Mm.
start my. I mean, I already started my career, but like to keep going my career as a freelancer musician. And yeah, I was doing my solo project, my solo music. That's what I play mainly is my songs, original songs for violin and loop station, and some singing. And so yeah, I kept doing it. I also started a techno duo in Berlin because,
It's
well,
popular there.
of course, techno is Berlin. We are the Vegetal Fatal, and it's violin. And my friend plays the didgeridoo, and he's German and makes the songs, and I play the violin and sing. And we have a whole concept on stage, and people loved it. So I'm an intergalactic ninja on stage, and he's the priest of techno, digital do. And we dress up and everything. It's a big scene in Berlin, and then we just like put everyone dancing because techno is to dance. And we are now recording. I don't live in Berlin anymore, as I said at the beginning, but every time I go there often. I was there like last week, and we are recording and keep our duo going because it's really fun. And then after that, I decided Berlin was not for me after living there almost
What's the
1 year.
reason?
Oh, it's a lot.
You know,
It was
that
a
is
lot.
very important. It's very important. Why? I tell you why. Because
Berlin,
I still try to find out because you're young, you are so international, you are so very focused on yourself, you're individualist, you're a musician, you're talented, and you try to realize your own path, follow your own ideas, and you can use the current regulation to travel from the country to the country and meet the people because there's very good to find them, easy to find them on the internet. So and you can create yourself and your lifestyle with your own performance to grow up, and you look very, very talented. It's very impressive that you are doing even if you are young. So for other people we try to show that this is possible, you know what I mean, that you can find the friends or other partners, on musician partners on other countries and play together. Even your living country is my country is all on different way, on different place. You can still keep relationships, and you can make some good performance on music. So that's my point. What's happened? Maybe what's happened, maybe not, but maybe it's private. I don't know. You're still young, but I would like to know if maybe any reason you something you don't like on the Berlin or German. I
yeah.
don't know personally, or maybe because of your music style. I don't know what's the reason was to change the country.
Berlin, it's an interesting city. Uh, every time people think about Berlin, it's very artistic, very music, techno, free. You can be whatever you want, and this is kind of true. I mean, that's a lot of music, a lot of art. It's amazing musicians there, amazing artists. Um, However, I found out that not everything is like it seems like in the picture. So first, in order to the house situation is horrible. So in less than a year, I moved out 4 times
Mhm.
uh, from house because there are no houses, and or you have a lot of money to pay, which wasn't my case because I was just starting. And then like people also expect their musicians and artists to play and do the art for free. There's a lot of art, but the majority is free. And you can already say, and I mean, and I was also at a hard time because I need to pay bills, right? So I was, and I'm a full-time musician, so I was like rushing
Yeah.
around, playing a lot of concerts. It's a big city, and then I don't know, people are lost there. I felt I'm a Portuguese. I mean, I like people. I like to go to the cafe, and people are like, "Oh, how are you? Oh, you like your coffee?" Like, like these warm, these smiles. People there, and I'm not talking only about Germans. There is like a phenomenon. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it was my experience, but there is like something there that makes people like mean, not smiley, depressed, I guess, and lost. And then like yeah, there are a lot of events and people and everything, but I felt like people, yeah, people were just lost there, not helping. There is no warmth. People are depressed there. People are
Mhm.
like Berlin is a tough city, and even though you have friends to go to techno clubs and stuff, when you really need something, I didn't feel there was. I mean, again, I met amazing people there, amazing people, and like my techno duo, the guy is really nice. I really like him. I met other amazing friends there. But again, we are all kind of trying to survive there, and it can be tough. And
Yeah.
yeah, and I always wanted to live in Portugal, so I just like in Porto. So I just thought, okay, after doing a travel to the US, I was kind of depressed there. I just forgot people smile, and I had one of the greatest weeks of my life in San Francisco in the US. And after that, I realized, no, I'm not doing anything in the city. I'm going to move out. I'm going to move out. And I decided to move out in Porto. I finished, I was teaching in a school, violin, in an international school that I could speak English because I didn't speak German. And I just needed to, I couldn't leave just like this, I needed to finish the classes with my students. And then I went there to Portugal. And that's where I'm based now, even though I travel quite a lot. Because again, Portugal, we are still growing in music, but at least here I have much more quality of life. I'm near family, and I really like the country. And yeah,
Yeah, so that's my other question. Next question about the not only style, lifestyle, but the beings. So it's very high competition on the musician network, not only musician, show business, I may say, right? So everyone who has the camera might say, I can play, I've got the instrument, I can play.
so you have violin as well.
Yes, I do. Not too much because mostly I am guitarist, a singer, and some piano, organist as well. But a little play, string, violins.
I
Uh,
take classes.
can do something, what I mean, for my pleasure, but not maybe for a professional. You are better than me mostly. But I try to get back to this situation. So everyone can do like a show, and the people that are maybe trying to make it for free. It's really not fair. So there is a lot of bands, especially metal bands. We are helping them in the UK, which they are going concerts for free. So they working full time on other job, and music is not their job; it's the hobby. So it's
Hmm.
their interest that they spend on the free time to play music because they love it and they try to make a show, but they struggle to get progress to go on the next level to be maybe more visible, more popular, and be recognized because this costs a lot of money and time, and depends on your life. If we had a lot of interviews like today interview with you, with others. So if the musician like you is young, there is more chance because you are more flexi. You don't have family. you don't have regular beats. You can't, choose little. If your family might help little you know what I mean? So you don't have breaks, which might keep you on the one country, on the one place. You're more free to make your career progress. So that's the very important, and we try to push the others as radio to help others, to motivate them to do something with their life, because that's something will make you satisfaction. So if you looking for yourself, for your own path, for your own music style, for expression of yourself from inside, you know what I mean? So you have to find out the way, the path, the partners and others. But for me, I may say only be your fucking self. You know what I mean? Don't listen others. Find your own way. You and try do what you wanna do. That's after you will find out the others which they recognize you as the professional, as the good partner, or maybe good performance, and they will follow you. And after you make some progress on other like money, everything. So for every single artist, the difference between popularity and the unknown is very big one, space, like adventure.
No, for sure. Like, you can really, one thing I learned is like the others' opinions are important until a certain point, especially because now I feel like not only musicians but a lot of people, I don't know, the world is very weird right
Hmm.
now. People, I feel people don't follow their dreams anymore, or just a tiny bit of the people that follow, and those people, because somehow they are not happy, truly
Yeah,
happy. I mean, they are happy but not like truly happy. Sometimes they make the people that are trying to reach their dreams, they try to make them scared, and they try to criticize, and that's something also you should build as a musician or artist, because
yeah.
you will be judged whatever you do. Dot. Point.
Yes, but I would like to I'm so happy that you have put this point on these two things. First one is the going to reach a maybe very long way. A second one is about your performance and your focus on yourself and the pressure of your listeners and maybe others. So currently I am from different generation. I am younger than you. I remember the John Paul II and other things. I remember the some of after war the community and this progress. So that was different. We had some very clear ideas of the community, so we knew what to follow on the maybe Bible, etc. So other things. Currently, everything is destroyed. So the life, the social life is very hard because the people they are alone at the home. They're working over plenty of overtimes. They've got very hard, very maybe sometimes low money and very strong bills, and they're fighting every day to make some just maybe good standard of their life. And it's very hard to make some your own path. You can choose if you want to be artist, just leave everything and make a focus to be on to be artist. So it's not very easy, especially people that are very depressed because there's no ideas. It's they struggle to provide a normal life. There is very low mental health quality
It's
on the
also social media,
community.
big part of it. I
Yes.
feel people are
What?
getting too online and less in person. People watch concerts online. People do stuff online. People tell things online. And then what about having a conversation? They
So
don't
that's
talk. They are
That's
shy.
my point. So your role as an artist is not only artist, it's maybe more. So the people looking for the stronger people, like a mentors, for people with some performance, with proven successes. They wanna follow these people because they need the leaders. So your role maybe could be different than only you think. If you get it more popular, it's not only that you will be good musician only, maybe fantastic, clever and amazing musician. That's the one way. But together, you might have a lot of fans because they like your personality. They like you, what you are saying. They like you that you're giving them the hope to be maybe more normal on their hard life every day, day to day. That's the maybe mission.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. And at least on my socials and my Instagram and even classes with my students. And I recently started these music mentoring sessions as well, where I work with other people that want to reach their dreams or goals as a musicians. And we talk a lot about that because art music is always connect with society and what is
Yeah.
happening. And I feel even on my concerts, I actually have a song called Hope. And I feel like on my concerts, parts as artists is like if you want to make the world better, it's not only talk, it's actually be the example. I feel like yeah, we need to inspire as well. And I make my best every day on my socials or with the people I'm working with to pass that messages. For example, I'm going to have a concert next month in Tokyo
Mhm.
in Japan, and the girl I'm playing with, it's a duo of music from movies. And she told me, okay, here it's old school, we need to print tickets. And I actually told her like, yeah, that's actually cool that is old school, I like it. However, like, let's try to be sustainable because the world is in the crisis right now. The earth is in crisis. So we are decided to make the tickets, instead of printing, we are going to use sustainable old scores, old papers, and make the tickets by ourselves so that we are sustainable. We don't only say like we are sustainable people. No, we are actually making the concert sustainable as much as we can. And even on my Instagram, I share a lot like tips, videos about progress. Because
Mhm.
some people look at me, you're so talented. No, it's a hard work, and if I did
Yeah.
it, you also can do it. It takes work. I'm
So
not going to
that's
lie.
that's another point. So
It takes years.
the people thinking that if you are successful on something you are doing, especially art, so you must be extremely talented, right? Of course, the talent is important because if you don't have talent, you may be very hardworking, but
Yeah.
still maybe no progress, and maybe the people might not
But
make a
still, there is a
follow you.
point
But talent is maybe 10, maybe 20, maybe 30%. Rest is very, very hard work.
for
When
sure.
I've been starting learning piano and organs, so I've been doing 3, 6, 7 hours a day, even after work, after full work. So to make some hands, more um, uh, soft to be ready to play some difficult harmonica as well.
No, for sure. And people like, oh, talent. Of course, there are some people they have more tendency to be able to, I don't know, they are a little better than other. For example, my mom is better at sports. So if she trains 1 week, she will be already better, but still than me. But still, there is a point that talent is not enough to keep going. And there are
Mm.
lots of artists that say that, like, you can have talent, but if you don't practice, if you don't put the work, if you don't try to be a better musician, if you don't learn theory, if you don't do like all, if you don't do marketing, if you don't reach people, if you don't play with people and get new ideas or listen different types of music or learn about the history, you can't really do anything. And I mean, you can do things, but you can't really be like the musician. It's a lot of work, and people think, oh, it's just playing violin a little per day,
Because the
somehow
people they
connecting
see
people.
only 5 minutes or maybe 3 minutes of your video, and they see your performance, which is very very last one from the top of the ice hill. But the rest, the ground is much different. It's plenty of years hard work. So when you started when you have been 6, I'm on Polish Voice FM, Mario Staniurski speaking with Joana Carvalhas from Portuguese, Portugal. So, Joanna, when you've been young, so it was easy for you, maybe because you were impressed, etc. But hard because of your time for playing something you want. You be still keep focus on working on your musical practice on instrument so many years before. So currently is over 10, maybe 12 years when you've been very young and you've got some fans, you've got progress, etc. But still, you still need to keep practice. How many hours a day?
It really depends. So I play the violin for more 20 years by now, and every day I still do my scales, and it depends. The practice day depends what I have to prepare, depends if I'm traveling. But normally I would say I do at least 1 hour of scales and double stops and technique, plus 1 hour of the repertoire I need to do, plus rehearsals if I have them, plus the concerts, play whatever I need to prepare. But at least I make sure I do my technique every day, so that I keep fit. And then, like, depends what I need to practice. For example, today was a chill day. I
So
practiced probably 3 hours, and
3 hours.
it wasn't my, yeah,
So
what.
1 hour you need to make some better fingers, etc. To get back to the standard when you can play what you want. Another hours you need to learn yourself of the
The
maybe
music.
new music or maybe new music notation, expression, etc. To find out how that's supposed to be played. And after you have to find out what you are playing for and preparing for, you have to play your concert, etc. So that's 3, 4, 5 hours a day, basically. Sometimes less, depends on your, standard life. So people
Yeah,
can,
like if I'm
people
traveling to
can,
the US, if I'm traveling to the US, it's 1 day travels. I can't. I'm being honest. I can practice that day, but when I arrive, I make sure the day after I sleep all I need to sleep because
yeah,
yes,
yeah, you have to be rested.
and it's a lot of things, and people don't really realize that if you stop playing, I mean, if I stop 1 week, sometimes it's fine because I practice a lot, but I can't just play. I can't just like stop practicing and just play sometimes because you feel it. You feel the fingers. And also, I want to really I'm improviser. So one of my goals is like to play whatever I have in my head. I want to be able to play it no matter what. And for that, it's a lot of practice double stops, rhythms, scales, and trills, whatever, high notes, and then the sound quality, because I don't want some musicians just use a electric violin, which is fine if you like that. I'm not judging anyone. And the electric violin sounds very fine. But then you play an acoustic and sounds weird. So I also need to work the sound because for me, and again, I'm not judging any type of violinist. Everyone is very unique and they have their goals and their things. But for me, what I want to achieve is like to play whatever I want with a good tone, good sound, nice technique, and improvise a lot. Doesn't mean to sound classical. I don't need to sound classical musician, but to have quality, playing whatever music I try to play, and
Yeah.
it takes
So I
work.
observe your concert and your, performance. So I'm impressed because you're doing maybe quite a wide spectrum. This from classical music to very techno music, or maybe something extra like accompaniment, etc. So that's really amazing. You're doing this performance. So are you also compose your own music? Do you
Yeah.
write music notation as supposed to be for others to make some maybe bigger composition, or you just doing yourself on your head? How it is?
So I compose more for myself, and I use the notation that I write sometimes the melodies of my songs. And what I mean writing more for other, sometimes I also write music, but more like jazz standards. or improve. So I write the score and I put the chords on top like a jazz standard. I don't really compose. I did on college to learn, and if I sit down and think a little, I can compose. But mostly I compose more like I write melody, the main melody, and then I put the chords. So it's more like composing like jazzy rock, pop, or yeah, more
Yeah.
like that. I don't really do like in orchestra or like piano do other stuff. I do sometimes arrangements. I compose my own for myself, but I compose more like that chords because I also feel again I like a lot improvisation, and if I'm composing something to play with others, I also think it's to in order to create something magical, and music should be like connection, sharing,
Yes,
and
of course. There must be
everyone.
something for improvisation, right? So you need to give them a little more space to be free, to to make
Or not
they
really
all
free,
compose.
or not really improvisation, but someone should put like their own idea on the piece, because that's I think the best pieces are when everyone or musics or songs. It's when everyone gives us somehow an idea. There is like the structure, but everyone will give their own. Like it's like going to a dressing for a classical music concert. They tell you, oh, it's black. Yeah, so everyone knows it's black, it's a main thing, but someone can put their own accessories or their own shoes and have something to choose, something to put their personal choice and art on it and vision. So that's why I believe maybe one day I will write for a concert for orchestra, but for now I don't do it.
Yeah, for now it's too hard work because you are still on the way to find your own path, especially on your own style. You're still performing instruments. So how many instruments, other instruments, is only a violin or is maybe more?
I'm singing beats. I play a bit of piano and some chords on ukulele, but again, I
Yeah, the primary instrument is the violin, right?
yeah, for sure. I don't consider myself a pianist or a ukulele player or a singer, even though I can do it. Um, I can play some percussion as well, but like I don't call myself like a pianist or a singer. I'm a violinist. I'm a musician actually. I'm not.
Of course. Yes,
I'm
of
a
course. Yes,
musician.
you are. Yeah, yeah. Sorry. So basically, of course, that's normal that you must be something like the best performer on the some one of instrument. You cannot be on everyone. But so maybe some of artists they doing very high level of multiple of instruments. But you still have to keep focus, on the one which is maybe perfect for you and perfect for your music expression. So what's the plans? What's the next step? You're going to Tokyo.
Yeah, so first I'm going to, because I also lead workshops of sound painting. It's like sign language for musicians. It's a improvisation technique, and I've been in the US in universities and music schools doing the workshops, leading them. But I decided that I want to become an official sound painter. Even though I already do the workshops, I want to learn more. And next week I'm going to become an official sound painter. I'm going to learn with Walter Thompson. It's the man that created the concept in the 70s or 80s in New York City, and he's still alive. He lives in Sweden. So and he gives like intensive courses for people to know more about the concept. So I'm
Mhm.
going to do that next week and be learn even more about music concepts and yeah, then I will be organizing an event with live music in Porto and then Tokyo, Japan.
Wow.
And I'm playing 2 shows there. And then now I'm starting to apply for festivals as well to start playing more festivals. Let's see how it goes. And I have other exciting travelings coming next year and probably tours, but I'm not going to talk too much about them because they're not
You
confirmed.
understand. So it's secret for now. Of course. So impressed. I'm impressed, and believe my own listeners, Polish Voice FM radio listeners. I am talking with Joana Carvalhas from Portugal. So she's the violinist, and she's very best performer, very young but very talented, and doing maybe more on the international connections to make her. Um, that's. I'm getting back to you. So make you on the next step is the one point. It that's cost you a lot of money. So how you can organize yourself? So is it have you got sponsors? Have you got the group of the friends, managers, who event managers who supporting your events and how try help you making money for this international travel? Because I believe that's extra cost rather than maybe money for you. How it is?
Yeah, so sometimes I have some, let's say, sponsors. It's not really, it's people that I meet, and they, I don't know, I think I'm being really lucky, and they like my work and they want to help me, and they help me with the travel
Mhm.
costs. And then I make sure I can pay the other bills with the concerts I give. I teach as well online. I have some online students, so it also helps because I'm independent from my parents. Since I started working, I only 1 month was the only one I didn't make enough money to cover my bills, and in Berlin I was paying a lot. I don't know how I did it. I was getting crazy,
It's
but
the
I did.
capital, so it's expensive. That's it.
Yeah, but yeah, so in these travels I do that, so the travels are covering for some people, or I actually make sure, or in Berlin I paid my travels 100%. You just need to make sure you can pay your bills with the concerts, so I make sure I make good deals. um then I do a lot. I cook at home. I make sure I can cook, and it saves a lot of money, saves a lot of, also makes you healthy because
Yeah,
eating
you
out.
try and make some savings on the home because you can to make be to be sure you can go
Yeah,
on your international
and
expensive travels. Yeah.
I don't stay in hotels or something normally, or I stay in houses of friends, and I'm lucky I have a lot of friends. Or I use this app called couch surfing. I
Mm-hmm.
don't know if you heard about. It's like a community, let's say that, where you can sleep in other people's house for free, and you can also host. So I'm also a surfer, and sometimes I host people in my flat in Porto, and people come stay with me, and there's that's basically that, and it saves a lot of money on accommodation and stuff.
Yeah, I understand. So
And you
that's
meet
that's
really nice people at the same time. Sounds a little crazy, maybe for some people, but it has been working, and I've been meeting really nice people around the world because of that. And
so amazing. So that's but why asking? Because maybe we can help. So we try to.
I'm not going to lie, I don't mind to have, I need right now a manager to, because it's a lot of work, and maybe I need a sponsor because sometimes it helps in logistics.
Of
But
course. So, but maybe you know, maybe not, but you are Portugal is on the European Union. There's a lot of grants
yeah,
for artists. So you have to find out the charity which specialize on these things and apply maybe the other, if you are still on the UK, if you've got some address, etc. Maybe we can try help on the UK because there's
I'm not sure
also
about UK because UK is not part of the
it's not part, but UK has some own grants for artists as well. So we that's the next step of already. We are very young radio station, but mm our team, there are some professionals which maybe high level of some skills like a project management, etc. So especially me. So definitely I know the funding and how it works. Definitely will help. But now we concentrate on volunteers, which they are all artists, performers, artists of radio artists, right? So there are some professionals and they maybe business or life, standard life, but they may be very young people in the show business industry, so they just starting like, learning themselves with some microphones, some basic recording for software, etc. So that's very hard work to go to the next step and join to the scene. So that's cost a little time, but for now we've got a lot of very good program which is helping people how to live in the UK, how to make better performance, how to go make some better community, what to find them maybe help for artists, etc. So that's something that we are doing. So it's my radio. But I am very impressed you are doing, and I wish you a lot of successes on your future. We keep focus, keep on you. We try maybe make some better relationship. I believe maybe there will be chance you can join one of maybe our events, or we can play together with some bands. That will be very fantastic. Which I arrange it for you. Maybe with hotel, not only homestay. So let me think about it. And for now, I think is there will be end of this audition, because that's not everything we can say on the short time on the antenna of the Polish Voice FM. But please feel invited for next auditions, and please observe us for next steps, and we'll keep focus on you. So good
Thank
luck
you.
for your future.
Yeah, for you too, and thanks for having me today. It was really nice to talk with you. Never been to Poland though. It's one next step. I need to go there.
You have to go there. Yeah, it's a lot
It's
of
not
you can
far away
see.
from Berlin, and I have a friend. He loves to perform in Poland, and he's like, "I need to make you a tour there." And I said, "Yeah, I have no time right now."
Yeah, it's supposed to be. Have you ever, maybe before we finish, have you ever met any Polish guys and singing, or maybe playing with them together on the band?
I'm actually. I had a class once with a jazz violinist, very popular there, Adam Baldich, or something
Mm-hmm.
like that, Baldich, and he's amazing. And Polish. I can't like right now. I can't really remember about, but I think I'm organizing a festival, a looping festival next year in Berlin in February. And I think one of the guys of the team is Polish. I'm not sure. So
Yeah.
it's me, a
Yeah, so
Brazilian
that's your
guy.
homework. That's your homework to make a list.
He
You
has
know. So-
he has an accent similar to yours. So I think he's Polish. But like I bet I bet I met anyone Polish, but right now I can't really think.
Yeah,
I think
some of
I
the
had a
some
colleague.
of them
My
they've got the flags, white and red.
I think I had a friend, a colleague studying violin with me in Scotland. She was Polish, I think. It was Maria, and she
Wow.
was really nice.
So I'm surprised there were over 2 minors of Polish when you were in the UK. You might get only one in the Berlin. Okay, so maybe you were very keep focused on your performance. You didn't see your listeners, because probably on the over the screen, on the down there were so many people listening here. They were Polish, but doesn't matter. So for us, it's very honorable to see you today, and really thank you very much for this audition. Thank you very much for let me see you and so listeners to listen how you're doing yourself, and that's very important for like a hope for other people. They can still keep the focus on themselves, that there is hope, they can realize their own life as they want to do, not what the system press them to do, but what they want to do, what the feeling provide the life like.
Yeah, I just try to think like if someone tells you you are going to die tomorrow, would you die happy? Like, of course, I don't want to die tomorrow, but like I make sure
Yeah,
like someone told me you are going to die tomorrow, I would be. I mean, I'm not happy. I want to live a lot more, but I mean, I've been traveling, I've been playing. I feel it's hard sometimes, but I'm not going to lie. But I'm really happy, and there are some moments that, especially when I'm on stage, that you are so happy, and you look at the people, and you feel this is all worth it. I want to be here forever. And that's why I have this happiness, this really high happiness sometimes, that it makes all worth it. And yeah, just
Oh, don't worry, be happy.
of
Thank you
course.
very much, Joanna. Thank you very much. And it's not last time I see you on the Polish Voice FM. Joana Carvalhas from Portugal. Really, really, thank you very much. And enjoy your evening. I don't know, I believe it's evening on your country now. So
Yeah,
you are still in Portugal, right?
yeah.
Okay, so it's 1 hour longer, maybe later, right? So
No, it's the same time zone that you.
still same time.
Where
Okay,
do you
so
play?
it's 2200.
Yes,
Past. Okay.
yeah, same time as UK, 1 hour less than Poland.
Yeah, so really, really appreciate about this contact. I'm so happy with you, which I help and which I promote yourself. Also, thank you for sending us your music. It's amazing. We try maybe spread this music for our musicians. Maybe they can do something else, like
Sure.
connection to you. Also, there is a lot of the musician group we are in. So maybe we can, introduce yourself and just invite yourself, then you can find some others that can make songs together, and maybe some producers they wanna you.
I record sometimes online for people in Germany and the UK actually.
Yeah,
And
that's what I'm talking about.
yeah, I record remotely and people really they pay me and I send the recording like what they want and people are being really nice. One guy even hired me twice from the UK.
Lovely.
Yeah, so
Yeah, so we're waiting for you from this the short jingle from for Polish Voice FM.
thank
Thank you very much. Enjoy your day. Bye bye.
you. Bye bye.